Hi, guys. It's ST. Welcome back to Invest Gospel. Thank you for joining me so much. We are going to do a budget with me for the first paycheck in the month of January. I pray that you are having a prosperous new year. I pray that this is your best year ever. Again, thanks for joining me so much. This is definitely a new series for me, Budget with Me. And hopefully you tuned into my last budget in regards to the second paycheck in the month of December. But I kind of went through my budgeting tools that I utilize for budget with me's or for my budget planning. And I really don't even like to call it a budget, but just because that's the common word that we all use for this type of planning, monthly planning. I like to call it a spending plan instead of a budget. Budget kind of is restrictive to me. So for my, let's just say, spending plan, I have my month broken out into all of the dates that I have bills due. And so for this first half of the month, that is what we're taking care of in this Budget with Me video. So I have my planning sheet here that I use for my paycheck budgets, my paycheck to paycheck budget. I like to doing like a whole amount or like budgeting the total amount that I get that comes in. I tried that. Did not really work for me, but paycheck to paycheck definitely works for me. So on this sheet, I have the income. I'm starting out with the income amounts. And then I am coming up with a total there. I also have rollover there as well. And then I basically go through the bills that are due in my period of time. I am allocating sinking funds and I'm allocating extra debt payments. And then at the bottom here, I am doing a summary. And then I am allocating funds to the envelopes. So I didn't total up anything here, but I can definitely do that in this Budget with Me video. So here I have our energy bill, the amount for that, the amount for a couple of credit cards, our truck insurance, our window payment. We got new windows about 2 years ago. Our Netflix bill, another credit card, another couple of credit cards, and then the mortgage amount. And for the mortgage amount, what I do is this, of course, this is not the $148.50 is not the entire amount for the month, but that is an amount that I need to place with the funds that I have going directly into the account that I pay the mortgage from. So that amount is never going to appear on my weekly, my budget, these forms that I'm filling out here. And it's not a form. I'm totally using the wrong word for it. But the total amount of the mortgage is not going to appear on here. It'll only be the amount that I have to transfer from my main checking account over to the account that I pay the mortgage out of. So like many other budgeters and planners, I have multiple accounts that I utilize for different functions. I have one account that I pay the mortgage out of, and I pay like maybe 2 other bills, but really there's nothing else that is coming out of that account. And that is the way that I really like it. So this money is really coming from a main checking account that I have, and then I transfer the funds out of that account into different accounts. So If I move on to my sinking funds, for my sinking funds, I have my emergency fund here, and I'm allocating $200 to that. My auto fund, for that, we do have a vehicle, and this is for, of course, vehicle maintenance. That vehicle, we do not have a loan on that vehicle anymore. We paid that off early, actually at the beginning of 2020, which was a definite blessing. I have also the medical sinking fund. I do $100 into that every paycheck. I have a Christmas sinking fund that I'm starting over again. I have a school sinking fund, and this is for fees for my children. I have an investing sinking fund, and then I have a birthday sinking fund, and I'm starting the birthday sinking fund over again. Actually, should have started that earlier, but I did not. And then I have extra debt payments. So extra debt payments going towards all of the credit cards. Basically, I'm allocating an extra $20 for each of those. And then for the sinking funds, I have a total here for each sinking fund, so carried over. So I keep track of this at the bottom of every one of these forms. So like for the previous month of December, I had my sinking fund summary. So basically what I do is I just take the amount and then add this new amount to that to come up with the most current amount here. So after this paycheck, I will have these amounts for my sinking funds. And for Christmas and birthdays, I just started those over again. So I'm starting from zero and then just adding in. And so for my sinking funds also, I might have mentioned this in the last video, but I also keep that emergency fund in a Capital One account. And that really works well for me. I used to do my sinking funds in cash, in envelopes. That did not work well, of course, in the year of 2020, when you can't go into the inside of a bank and there's a incredibly long line every single day from everyone doing their bank transactions. That's really when it just didn't work out for me that well. So I decided to transition over to that Capital One, opened up a Capital One account just to keep that in. And it is one of the high yield savings account. So I just keep it all. I don't have 50 different ones. I just really have two Capital One accounts that I keep this money in. And it works out well because this is where I'm keeping track of what goes where and how much I have in each category. So it works out well for me that I don't need to have a separate account for each category. I do not like that as well. So either one of the extremes of doing all cash or doing a separate account for each separate thing is I'm a more middle of the road person. So I will try to find a solution that kind of encompasses both things. But I will not go to either of the extremes there. And then for my cash envelopes, I do have the amounts here for my cash envelopes that I will be keeping in cash. And that is just really the grocery budget, and then the hair, makeup, and skincare budget. So that really is it for my budget with me. And please comment below if you have any questions for me about this information. Like I said in my last video, I will eventually be coming out with an Etsy shop, and I will have printables there for you if you would like to utilize, to purchase and utilize as well. So this is just one of the templates that I have, but there's a whole bunch more that is coming in the year 2021. So I hope again that everyone is doing very well. Thank you so much for tuning in to this budget with me. I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.